What's going on, H-Town, Houston Rockets fans from Missouri City to Istanbul? This is Rockets Daily, brought to you by Underdog, where we talk all things Houston Rockets, including the overtime loss to the Philadelphia 76ers on Thursday night. We're going to talk about the big matchup between the Detroit Pistons on Friday night. Looks like help is not on the way. And we're also going to talk about how you feeling so far about Coach Ime Udoka? How would you rate his performance so far for the Houston Rockets? This is Rockets Daily, brought to you guys by Underdog Fantasy.
For some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/play and get terms DFSTML for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 helpline at 1-878 or text HOMI 467-369.
All right, let's go ahead and dive into this overtime loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. On the surface, this was a game going in. I'm not surprised that the Rockets lost this game. I actually was hoping we'd pull it off, but I told you guys before the game I didn't expect the Rockets to win this one. But with a tough matchup against the Pistons on Friday, you definitely want to get one of the two. Neither one of them was going to be easy, but the game last night against the 76ers was definitely winnable. Frustrating how the loss happened. Obviously, without Steven Adams in there, got killed with points in the paint. Rebounds were about even, which is not really a good thing for the Rockets. 3-point shooting overall was good. Team 18 for 40, 45% from three. If you take Jabari out there, it was outstanding. Jabari was 1 for 10 from 3-point range. Rest team 17 for 30. Without him, Kevin Durant 5 for 8. Reed Shepard 4 for 7 from 3-point range. Dorian Finney-Smith knocked down a couple as well. But even though 3-point shooting was impressive, the free throw shooting was horrendous. Led by Şengün. I don't know if you say leading when it's a negative way. What's the opposite of leading but negative leading? I guess still leading. The poor free throw shooting performance. 2 for 7 from Alfie. 12 for 24 for the squad from the free throw line. And a lot of bad turnovers late. Kevin Durant, 36 points, which is very, very impressive. 44 minutes. Don't like that long term, but the game went into overtime. But 8 turnovers for Kevin Durant. And some big turnovers down the stretch. Reed Shepard played a pretty nice game in the fourth quarter. Didn't get to play in overtime. How do you guys feel about that? And I think the most frustrating thing is the Rockets have just been here so many times throughout the course of the season. Whether we're talking Portland Trailblazers, New Orleans Pelicans, Sacramento Kings. So many times now, close games down the stretch. It's one thing to lose, but 9-point lead with just over 6 minutes left. 7-point lead with 3:26 left. You got to find a way to close these games out. I understand these things happen in the course of the NBA, but I think the Rockets are 1-7 now in overtime. Happening too frequently with these winnable games turning into losses, just not getting it done in these 50-50 games overall. Got to overtime. I mean, we opened up overtime with a turnover and then a missed 3 from Jabari. So that definitely was a concern there, along with the turnovers. Now, one thing we mentioned this team, and we've talked about this in exhaustion. A lot of you guys may think it was clickbait. Throughout the course of the season, throughout the summer, I mean, we've talked about so many different shooters, so many different combo guards, so many different point guards. Even with Fred VanVleet expected to be there, we talked about this being a situation where this team needed to add some depth at point guard. And There was a report here on the heavy. I want to go ahead and pull this up here as far as Coach Udoka saying that point guard help is not on the way. Okay, so according to heavy.com, and this report is they're saying Michael Wright on ESPN reported that the Rockets they were interested in acquiring a point guard on the trade market, but that stance has changed. This is according to Michael Wright. Ime told me that they are not going to get a point guard at the trade deadline. He said, "Hey, you know the second apron is what it is. We didn't have that much money anyway to work with, so there's no help coming to get better." Obviously, Rockets are expecting. It sounds like expecting Fred VanVleet to come back. You do have Dorian Finney-Smith's salary. You do have Clint Capella's salary. How do you guys feel about this move with no point guard help to be on the way? And if that is the case, this love-hate relationship going on with Ime Udoka and Reed Shepard definitely seems like we just Reed is going to. I know he has a big fan base out there. I know a lot of people say he's not it. He's always something interesting point of conversation, but not playing in overtime. This whole thing. Reed Shepard and Amon Thompson at point guard. It looks like, and then along with Aaron Holiday and J.D. Davison. How do you guys feel about that overall? And also, how do you feel about Underdog Fantasy? His fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back, and Underdog is the best place to get in all the action. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, and more. Get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Today on Underdog, looking for Reed Shepard in this back-to-back against the Pistons. Download the app today and use promo code BasketballFan to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. It's promo code BasketballFan on Underdog. Make picks and win money, and you could go ahead and scan the code for Underdog right there.
Line at 1878 or text my 467369. Must be 18 plus. 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska. 19 plus in Colorado for some games. 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia. And present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/play and get terms DFSTML for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 helpline at 1878 or text my 467369.
All right, one thing that we're going to go ahead and do here, I'm going to ask you guys, how would you rank Coach Ime Udoka right now on an A through F scale? And one thing I will say out here for all you sports fans, and if you made it to this portion of the video, I think it's safe to say you are a sports fan. I encourage each and every one of you at some point in your life to coach something athletic, whether it's 3-year-olds, 6-year-olds, grown men, 15-year-olds. Nothing like having everyone looking at you. You've got to make the decision. You don't have the crystal ball of what's going to happen. You got to make decisions on the fly. You got to make adjustments. A lot of times you make some adjustments. You can make some brilliant adjustments. And a lot of times you're not really going to get the acknowledgement for it when it works. When it doesn't work, you're going to be second guessed. And a lot of times, even when it does work, someone's not going to be happy that their kid didn't get enough minutes, they didn't get enough shots, they didn't get enough points. Somebody else did. The team won, but everybody's not happy. I challenge all of you guys to do it. I have done it. I've coached ball. So I encourage you. So I'm always tough with when it comes to criticizing coaches. I'll give Ime a B minus so far. And when I say B minus, I'm talking about this season only. I'm not talking about the last 2 seasons. But, and I've seen a lot of comments and some people saying he's the worst thing coaching in the NBA right now or the worst coach on a contending team. I'm not going to go that far. He's had to deal with the injury to Fred VanVleet. Steven Adams is out now. Şengün was out for a little while. Really nothing from, he knocked down a couple shots yesterday, but up to this point, for the most part, haven't got out of Dorian Finney-Smith what we expected. It's still early. Some wacky things with lineups at times. But then also, what do you expect him to do? Um, Jabari struggling shooting. What do you expect him to do? Uh, there are some things though. Some of the stuff with Reed Shepard, ways managed at times, a little wacky. I do think that we need more spacing on the floor, and we did see better 3 point shooting, even though we got killed giving up points inside the paint last night. We did see better shooting and spacing without Steven Adams. So there are some things there. I give Ime a B minus. I want to know in the comments what you guys would give him. And let's talk about this game tonight against the Detroit Pistons. One thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna put out there. Of course, you're gonna try to win, but should the Rockets really try to win? And by that, by try to win, should the Rockets even play Kevin Durant tonight? Obviously, the Pistons and the 76ers, you don't want to lose both of those games. Pistons beat us once this season, one of the top defensive teams in the NBA. The game's in Detroit. It's on a back to back, just coming off of an overtime game. Amin Thompson played 42 minutes. And the older legs, Kevin Durant, played 44 minutes. This is a game that, even all full go, even with Durant, is keeping it real. A game that the Rockets, underdogs. The Rockets are a 4.5 point underdog in this game. Would you even play Kevin Durant? I honestly, and let's put on our coaching cap hats before the game, I think I would actually sit Kevin Durant for this game and see how some other guys respond. It's going to put a lot more on Jabari Smith Jr. It's going to put a bigger spotlight on Tari Eason. And I'd like to see who would rise to the occasion without Durant in the lineup after those 44 minutes. It's all about the entire long body of work there. Obviously, I know you want to beat the Pistons tonight, but after those 44 minutes from Kevin Durant and just keeping it real, the team that's likely to beat the Rockets, I think I would sit Kevin Durant tonight. Let me know what you guys think about that. And as we look at for tonight, over on Underdog, and you can scan the code. We got an entry here. You can put $1 entry, get you over $4. A $10 entry, get you over $40. Or if you just hit 2 for 3, it would double your profit. We're going to go with Şengün, higher than 18.5 points. We're going to go with Reed Shepard, higher than 9.5 points. And Duncan Robinson for the Pistons, because you can't have just only players on one team. We're going to adjust it a little bit from 2.5 to 1.5. We're going to go Duncan Robinson higher than 1.5 threes made. So basically, you need Duncan Robinson at 2 threes. We need Reed Shepard to get at least 10 points. And Şengün to get at least 19 points. So we're going to go higher on those props for those guys. 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 hit, you still double your money with Underdog promo code BasketballFan. Get you $75 in bonus play to start off with. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Rockets Daily, brought to you by FanArch. I will see you guys on the next one.